Okay, so if you're watching this, you are highly anticipating the new Sony WF-1000 Mark Vs. Now, unfortunately, they did not change the name. The name still sucks. But that being said, if you've done any research, maybe you've watched my channel, you might have come to the conclusion that Sony makes the best headphones. When it comes to the usability, the connectivity, the features, Sony has hit it out the park. Now, this wasn't always the case. Sony kind of sucked for a second. The WF-1000 Mark IVs didn't have some features like multi-point, which is I think the biggest one, and that kind of put it behind some of its competitors like the Bose, the Sennheisers, and the Apple's AirPods. So I personally have had all of them. I've gone through a gauntlet of testing out all these headphones so you don't have to, and I've come to the conclusion that when it comes to wireless headphones in 2023, Sony is one of the best. That being said, there's one big issue when it comes to the Sony WF-1000 Mark IVs. Mark Vs. Mark IVs? Mark IVs. That is their biggest Achilles heel is the size. The size is just way too big. Now, I don't have the biggest ears, and I do have maybe medium to small ears, and these, for a long period of time, if you don't have the right tips, do hurt. They hurt to wear. They really do. They do provide foam tips. I have used silicone tips, which I think a lot of people who've had these headphones have gone with the silicone tips. Why they didn't put silicone tips in the box, along with releasing them with multi-point, I don't know. Sony works in mysterious ways. That being said, the new updated versions, which is right here, move on the only real issue that Sony has now. Now, when it comes to the size of the buds, we know that Sony can make an amazing bud that's small because they dropped the Link Bud S. Now, this is the 1000XM4s right here. This is my personal pair, which I'm actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, my girlfriend gave me this idea. I'm going to run with it. I'm going to raffle these off. So if you want the 1000XM4s, which is an amazing pair of headphones, and you don't have small ears, like, comment, subscribe, and click the link in my bio. And I'll raffle these off. I'll give them away because I can't stay with these. I've got to get the XM5s just because my ear size. So if you want these headphones, I've only had them for 30 days. They work great. They're in good condition. I will gift them to one of you guys. Just comment below and you'll get them. I'll pay for shipping. I mean, as long as you're not in some random part of the world that costs like $30,000 of shipping, which is probably ridiculous. If it's 50, 60 bucks of shipping, whatever, I'll get them to you. That being said, the size of the buds, they look premium. They look cool. I like the buds aesthetic. What I don't like is the chunkiness of the bud. The bud, it's not even really that bad compared to some other models. It's just a little too big for me. Okay. So here you can see I have a silicone tip on there. I think that's like a jobber one. I had like a jobber one left over. And when I put these silicone tips in, they fit great. They stay in my ears. They don't fall out. They sound good. They make a good seal. The new ones have a smaller size. And besides the bigger size, I think the biggest new feature is going to be bone conduction. What that's going to do for the actual performance of the microphones, I don't know, but it should be better. Bone conduction gives you a sensor that like uses the vibration to give you better audio. I'm hoping Sony did a good implementation of it. I haven't really tested it out. The only other buds that I know that have that is like Jabra. There's Bluetooth 5.3. Now, Bluetooth 5.0, 5.2, 5.1, 5.3, honestly, is not the biggest concern of mine. Sony right now with their XM4s has amazing connectivity. I've never had an issue where they didn't connect correctly with multipoint or they cut out like my Boses. I love the Bose shape, but the Bose headphones constantly cut out of my ear and they lose signal or they just freak out and double layer the audio. I haven't had that issue with Sony. So improved 5.0, 5.3 Bluetooth is another thing they've added. Battery life. It's supposed to have better battery life. These already have amazing battery life. With the smaller size, you can wear them longer. That's great. I think it's 24 hours battery life with the case and the buds or something like that. Speaking about the case is supposed to be smaller. This case is already relatively small. Here's the case next to the AirPod Pros and the Bose. The Bose one's kind of chunky. Not my favorite. It doesn't have wireless charging. The Sony one's great. The Sony one's a great size. And here it is against the Jabras. Now, the Jabras have the smallest case of all the headphones I've tried. I would love a Jabra size case, and I think the LinkBud S is similar to this. The Jabra case also has a nice solid hinge as well. The Sony one, the case feels cheap, but I really don't care about the case. As long as it's small and has wireless charging, I'm in. They're saying that they have a spatial audio feature. I personally, I use my buds for running mostly. When I am enjoying music, I'm on the train, I have noise cancellation on. Spatial audio would be a cool feature. Of course, they're going to improve their noise cancellation and aware modes, which is awesome already. These buds have the best implementation of noise canceling to get rid of noise, and for hear through aware mode is also amazing as well. It can react very well to loud sounds, which is an issue when you live in New York City and there's construction and there's buses and there's trains and there's honking and there's your microwaves dinging. Whatever it is, these respond very well in an active noisy environment. And they've improved it. And the last thing that they're saying that they improved with the Sony Buds is the IP rating. Now, the IP rating is the most important thing for me. I can't really consider an earphone or a wireless headphone if it doesn't have a good IP rating, because I like to run with my headphones. I used to run with my AirPod Pros 2. I've run with the Bose. I've run with the Sennheisers. I've run with the Jabras. And some of those have stopped working because I got caught in the rain and they got messed up. Or I have sweaty ears. I'm running 4 miles in New York City heat and my ears get sweaty, and my Jabras, like the left ear started hissing after a while. It got messed up. So I need to have a good IP rating. The new ones are supposed to have IP5 rating, which on paper sounds like it's great for sweating. So when you add all those things up, you have a killer bud. Yes, the price is going to be $300. We know the price is going to be expensive. But if $300 isn't your jam, you still want a lot of these great features that Sony has, click the link in the description and enter the raffle, and you can win these, because I don't believe that we should have tons of e-waste floating around anyway. And the nicest thing I do is give this away to one of you guys. So stay tuned. As soon as I get more information on the XM5s with an actual release date, because we don't really have a concrete release date, I'll make another video. And once they get officially announced, I'll complete the raffle. So you guys have until then. So that might be 1 week, that might be 2 weeks. This might be November you're watching this and the raffle's still going on. As long as you guys comment, like, subscribe, and click the link in the bio, you're entered for the raffle. So yeah, see you next time, or see you when the XM5s drop.